There are plants mentioned in the Bible over 2,000 years ago that modern science is only now beginning to understand. And most of them can grow right in your backyard. What if I told you that the same plant used to purify temples in ancient Israel has been studied for its ability to support respiratory health? Or that the tree the Bible calls a symbol of peace may contain one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds ever discovered? Here's what nobody talks about. While grocery prices climb and pharmaceutical costs skyrocket, these biblical plants sit quietly in Scripture, waiting for someone to actually grow them. Our ancestors didn't just read about them. They planted them. They harvested them. They fed and healed their families with them. Today, we're counting down 11 biblical plants with real, researched health benefits you can grow at home. And I promise you, number one is unlike anything you'd expect. It could genuinely change the way you think about your garden forever. If you're into self-sufficiency, natural health, or just growing food that matters, hit subscribe right now. You don't want to miss what's coming. Let's start the countdown. Here's the reality most people don't want to face. The average American family spends over $400 a month on groceries, and health-related costs keep rising year after year. Meanwhile, we've become completely dependent on systems that could fail us overnight. But thousands of years ago, people didn't have pharmacies on every corner. They had gardens. They had knowledge. They had plants described in sacred texts that served as both food and medicine. Modern research is now catching up to what ancient civilizations already knew. Many of these biblical plants contain compounds that may support immunity, reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and protect heart health. This isn't about rejecting modern medicine. It's about taking back a layer of independence, growing what your family needs, and reconnecting with something our great-grandparents understood instinctively. So let's get into it. Number 11. Number 11. Hyssop. Right here is where Scripture meets the soil. Hyssop is mentioned throughout the Bible, from purification rituals in Leviticus to one of the most significant moments in the New Testament. On the cross, a sponge soaked in wine was lifted to Jesus on a branch of hyssop. But this plant isn't just symbolic. Research suggests that hyssop contains compounds that may support respiratory health, ease congestion, and provide antimicrobial benefits. Traditional herbalists have used hyssop tea for centuries to soothe coughs and calm the chest. It grows beautifully in USDA zones 3 through 9, handles poor soil like a champion, and thrives in full sun. You can direct sow seeds in spring and harvest leaves within weeks. Dry them for tea, crush them into poultices, add them to soups for a subtle minty warmth. Here's what most people miss. Hyssop is also a powerful pollinator attractor. Plant it along garden edges and watch your entire homestead come alive with bees. And the next plant on this list is one you've probably eaten 100 times without knowing its biblical roots. Number 10. Coriander. When the Israelites wandered the desert, the Bible describes manna as looking like coriander seed. That's how familiar this plant was to ancient people. It was a daily staple, not a luxury. Today, we know coriander, also called cilantro when referring to the leaves, as one of the most nutrient-dense herbs on the planet. Studies suggest it may help support healthy digestion, promote detoxification, and even assist in balancing blood sugar levels. The seeds and the leaves both carry distinct benefits. Coriander grows in zones 2 through 12. It bolts fast in heat, so plant it in early spring or fall for the best harvest. Succession planting every 2 to 3 weeks gives you a continuous supply. The seeds are easy to dry and store for years. The surprising advantage? Coriander is one of the fastest herbs from seed to harvest. In as little as 3 weeks, you're cutting fresh leaves. In about 90 days, you're collecting seeds. Now, the next biblical plant is a spice most people overlook entirely, and it's a mistake. Number 9. Cumin. Isaiah chapter 28 describes cumin being carefully planted and harvested by hand. It was precious, valued. And in ancient Middle Eastern culture, cumin wasn't just flavor, it was medicine. Modern research supports that reputation. Cumin has been linked to improved digestion, reduced bloating, and antioxidant activity. Some studies suggest it may even support healthy cholesterol levels. A single teaspoon carries iron, manganese, and beneficial plant compounds. Cumin thrives in warm climates and grows well in zones 5 through 10. It needs full sun, well-drained soil, and about 4 months of warm weather to mature. Start seeds indoors if your growing season is short. Harvest when seed heads turn brown and dry them in paper bags. The hidden gem here? Most homesteaders never think to grow their own spices. But cumin produces abundantly in a small raised bed, and a single harvest can fill your spice jars for an entire year. And if you think cumin is underrated, wait until you hear what the next one can do. Number 8. Garlic. The Israelites in the Book of Numbers actually complained about missing garlic when they left Egypt. That's how essential it was. And honestly, they were right to miss it. Garlic may be one of the most well-researched natural health foods on the planet. Studies suggest it supports cardiovascular health, boosts immune function, and contains allicin, a compound with potent antimicrobial properties. Traditional healers across the ancient world used garlic as a first line of defense against illness. Growing garlic is almost foolproof. Plant cloves in fall, mulch heavily, and harvest the following summer. It thrives in zones 3 through 8 and adapts to a wide range of soils. You can braid and store hardneck varieties for months without refrigeration. Here's the survival angle most people forget. Garlic is self-perpetuating. Save your best bulbs, replant, and you'll never buy garlic again, ever. That's generational food security from a single planting. This is a game changer for any homestead. But the next one? It grows even faster and has a story that will surprise you. Number 7. Mustard. Jesus used the mustard seed as a parable for faith, something impossibly small becoming something impossibly powerful, and botanically, that parable is dead accurate. A tiny mustard seed can grow into a towering plant in a single season. The greens are loaded with vitamins A, C, and K. The seeds can be ground into healing mustard paste used for centuries as a chest poultice. Research suggests mustard compounds called glucosinolates may support the body's natural detox pathways and provide anti-inflammatory benefits. Mustard grows virtually anywhere, from zones 2 through 11. Scatter seeds in early spring, and you'll be harvesting greens in under 30 days. Let some plants go to seed, and you've got a self-seeding patch for life. Here's the part most people never realize. Mustard is one of the greatest cover crops for soil health. It suppresses weeds, breaks up compacted ground, and fights soil-borne pathogens naturally. Plant it once, benefit forever. And the next plant is where things get really interesting. Number 6. Mint. In the book of Matthew, mint is listed among the herbs that were tithed. It was so valuable that people gave a portion of their mint harvest as an offering. Think about that. A simple herb, treated like currency, and there's good reason. Mint has been traditionally used for digestive support, headache relief, and respiratory comfort. Research suggests that menthol, the active compound in mint, may ease nausea, reduce muscle tension, and support mental clarity. A cup of fresh mint tea after a heavy meal is one of the oldest remedies on earth. Mint grows aggressively in zones 3 through 11. Plant it in containers unless you want it taking over your entire yard. It thrives in partial shade and moist soil. Harvest constantly to encourage bushier growth. The hidden advantage? Mint is a natural pest deterrent. Mice, ants, and mosquitoes tend to avoid areas where mint grows abundantly. Your garden just became a fortress. Now we're entering the top 5. And this is where the power of biblical plants truly reveals itself. Number 5. Grape Vine. Noah planted a vineyard after the flood. The vine is mentioned hundreds of times in Scripture. And when you understand what grapes can do, you'll understand why. Grapes and grape leaves contain resveratrol, a compound that has been widely studied for its potential to support heart health, reduce oxidative stress, and promote healthy aging. Fresh grapes provide hydration, natural energy, and essential vitamins. Grape leaves themselves are edible and used in traditional dishes across the Mediterranean. Grapevines grow in zones 4 through 10, and many varieties begin producing fruit within 2 to 3 years. They need full sun, a strong trellis, and annual pruning. Once established, a single vine can produce 15 to 20 pounds of fruit per year. The survival value is enormous. Fresh eating, raisins, juice, vinegar, wine, jam. Few plants offer this much versatility from a single planting. This is generational wealth on a trellis. Number 4 is a tree so important, it was the very first one named in the Bible. Number 4, fig. Adam and Eve reached for fig leaves in the Garden of Eden. It's literally the first plant identified by name in Scripture. And when you taste a fresh fig straight from the tree, you'll understand something words can't explain. Figs are rich in fiber, potassium, and natural enzymes that may support digestion and gut health. Traditional medicine systems across the ancient world used fig paste for skin ailments and fig tea for blood sugar support. Research continues to explore these connections. Fig trees grow well in zones 7 through 11, though cold-hardy varieties like Chicago hardy survive as far north as zone 5. Many varieties produce fruit within 1 to 2 years. They love full sun, well-drained soil, and minimal fuss. Here's the secret advantage. Fig trees can be grown in large containers and brought indoors during winter. Even apartment homesteaders can grow figs. Plant this tree once, and you'll harvest for decades. But the next one is even more ancient, more beautiful, and more powerful. Number 3. Pomegranate. The Bible describes the Promised Land as flowing with pomegranates. The pillars of Solomon's temple were decorated with them. In ancient culture, the pomegranate symbolized life itself, and modern science agrees with that symbolism. Pomegranates are loaded with punicalagins and punicic acid, compounds that research suggests may support heart health, reduce inflammation, and provide exceptional antioxidant activity. Some studies show pomegranate juice rivaling the antioxidant power of green tea and red wine combined. Pomegranate trees thrive in zones 7 through 10, love heat and full sun, and tolerate drought once established. Dwarf varieties like Nana produce fruit within 2 years and grow beautifully in containers. Harvest when the skin turns deep red and the fruit feels heavy. The hidden benefit? Pomegranate rind, often thrown away, has been used in traditional medicine for gut health support for centuries. This is the kind of tree your great-grandparents would have planted. And we're almost to the top. Number 2 is a plant with a healing reputation that stretches across every ancient civilization on Earth. Number 2. Aloe. In the Gospel of John, Nicodemus brought 75 pounds of myrrh and aloes to prepare the body of Jesus. Aloe was sacred, it was precious, and it was a healer. Today, aloe vera is one of the most recognized medicinal plants in the world. Research suggests its gel may support skin healing, soothe burns, aid digestion, and provide anti-inflammatory benefits. The inner gel contains vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and polysaccharides that science is still working to fully understand. Aloe grows outdoors in zones 9 through 11, but it's one of the easiest houseplants on Earth. A sunny windowsill is all it needs. It requires almost no water, propagates through pups endlessly, and a single mature plant provides gel for years. Here's what makes aloe a survival essential. When the grid goes down and the pharmacy is closed, a windowsill aloe plant could be the most important medicine in your home. This changes everything. But number 1? Number 1 is the king of all biblical plants. And once you hear this, you'll never look at your backyard the same way again. Number 1. Olive. The olive tree is mentioned more than any other tree in the Bible. The dove returned to Noah carrying an olive branch. Kings were anointed with olive oil. Jesus prayed in the Garden of Olives. This tree isn't just biblical. It is the Bible's tree. And the health benefits are staggering. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, a compound that research suggests mimics the anti-inflammatory action of ibuprofen. Studies have linked regular olive oil consumption to improved heart health, brain function, and longevity. The Mediterranean diet, built around the olive, is consistently ranked among the healthiest in the world. Olive trees grow in zones 8 through 11. Arbequina is a compact variety that produces fruit within 2 to 3 years and thrives in containers. They need full sun, excellent drainage, and minimal water once established. Here's the hidden truth. An olive tree can live and produce for over 1,000 years. You're not just planting a tree. You're planting a legacy that could outlive your great-great-grandchildren. This is generational wealth. This is self-sufficiency at its deepest root. One tree, endless harvests, a living connection to the oldest stories ever told. There it is, 11 plants straight from the pages of the Bible, backed by modern research and ready to grow in your garden right now. From hyssop tea that may soothe your chest, to garlic that could strengthen your immune system, to an olive tree that could feed your family for 1,000 years, these aren't just plants. They're a blueprint for independence, a living pharmacy, a connection to something ancient and powerful that most people have completely forgotten. You don't need to plant all 11. Just pick one. Start there. Put it in the ground this season and watch what happens. That single act of planting is the beginning of something your family will thank you for. possibly for generations. If this video inspired you, hit that like button. It helps more than you know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Drop a comment and tell me, which biblical plant are you planting first? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear your answer. And if you enjoyed this one, the next video is going to blow your mind. We're covering forgotten survival foods that pioneers depended on, and most modern homesteaders have never even heard of. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, keep planting, keep growing, and keep building something that lasts.